Welcome back. Bistec Encebollado. You heard me. Bistec Encebollado. Or Puerto Rican steak with onions. This is one of the most loved dishes in the island. And the way we're going to prepare this is going to be suave, meaning it's going to be tender, soft. That tends to be the biggest challenge when preparing this meal. I'm going to marinate it and then I'm going to teach you how to cook it so when you eat it, it's very tender, soft, the way it should be. Bistec Encebollado. Go nowhere. Let's create. So this is very simple. Sea salt. You can use the thin one. I'm using the coarse one. Pepper. Mix it up. In pieces, not tiny, because the onion is part of the star of this meal, of this marinade. And I'm going to use it all. I actually cut an entire onion. Mix it up. You add it. You don't need a lot of stuff. People go crazy and then you cannot taste the meat, you're tasting the other stuff. And finally, what you do is you move it around again, mix everything, and you add a tiny bit of extra virgin olive oil, just a little bit. Just a little bit, not a lot, like capsize. And now comes the important part. You're going to centralize the flavors. If you store in something else, you have this surface area where the flavors and the aroma is going to escape. I don't do that. I put everything in a bag. I take the air out. Okay, close it, and I start folding things up so everything is centralized. Okay, there I are again. And centralize the flavors, and you do that. You put a rubber or you tie it up. See? And everything is centralized. It's not escaping. It's not the aroma is not, moving into the air or anything, into the empty space. There you have it. Put it in the refrigerator and cook it the next day. Before you start cooking your bistec, you want to have some things ready. What I have here and here is in essence half a cup of vinegar, 1/3 of cup of oil. I'm using extra virgin, but you can use any. And about 1 cup of water, if that. Just a little bit, see? It's not a lot. I also have a little bit of oregano and a tiny bit of thyme. The reason I have that is because I want to add aromatics. So what you do is, and by the way, the oil and the vinegar is already together. So what you do is you add both. You mix it with the spices that I just showed you. You can use a little the water, you can mix it too, because it's going to be mixed. What the water does is create that steam that you're going to need to keep the bistec soft and nice. So that's an important prep work that you need to do. So this is my bistec that I marinated last night, and as you see, I centralized it. Now the thing about the onions, this is the onions I'm going to use, by the way. And the reason I didn't add garlic, minced garlic, to my oil and vinegar and water is because I already had the minced garlic in this steak. Same with the salt and the other stuff I need. So what you do is, you cannot take the onion out. The steak smells delicious, by the way. Have the steak here. Not steak, bistec, the bistec. And do the same with the other one. You know, take the onions out. Have the bistec ready. This stuff is ready to go. And then you have the onions ready. And you can leave it in the back, or you can change it to another container. So this is in high heat. You make sure this is hot. Just a little bit of water. Yep, it's hot. Let me spray again. Yeah, hot. You're going to put a little bit of oil of your choice. I'm going to go for this one with the olive oil. I'm going pure. You can use extra virgin. You can use any oil. Doesn't matter. Just put a little bit. And then, and this is very important, you're going to put your beef steak. And what you're going to do, you're going to cook each side for about a minute. I would say between 45 seconds to a minute each side. Because you want it to get it kind of brown. You want it brown, and you want it to get a little bit together. You know, that stuff that get it together, so it doesn't break down when you add the other stuff later. This onion, let me pull it out. See how it's getting dark already? That's what I'm talking about, this darkness stuff. You flip it, do it again for about a minute. Worst case, 2 minutes. And repeat the process. See, that ensures that stuff doesn't get too mushy or whatever when you go to the next step. Yeah. See how dark this one looks? I flip it because I didn't have this one long enough on the other side, as I was illustrating. So what you want is that little tiny darkness, that nice looking darkness. Okay? Now you go to the next step. It's been a minute. What you're going to do now, you're going to add the onions. And I'm going to add a lot. These onions are marinated. You have them there, you put them on top. They already have that bistec flavor on it. I'm going to put a lot. You don't have to put a lot, but I'm going to put a lot. I love this onion stuff. You know, you can use half of this amount. In fact, you can use 1/3 of the amount of the onions. But because I'm marinating, I put a lot. And now what you do is, you add the liquid. With the aromatic, see? See how it's looking? I think that's enough. going to turn the heat to like medium. It's notch above medium. A couple notches above medium. See? This comes to ensure that the bistec is soft and nice. And now what you do is, you can cook it on cover. And if you do, it's going to take you a little bit because the steam is escaping. So what I'm going to do, you can cover with a regular cover, but this is a relatively big pan because I use it for my paella. Just have a cover. So you cover it and you let it go for about 10 minutes. It could be 15, you know, maybe even 20. Depends of the type of heat you're using. I'm going to check it out about the 10-11 minute mark, and then I take it from there. So you have to watch things, you know. Let me put it to a notch above medium and let it cook. This is looking pretty good. So what I'm going to do, let me see, not ready. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to lower the heat to low, and I'm going to let it go for another 5 to 7 minutes. So to make sure it gets very nice and soft. Yeah, the onion's looking good too. So it's been another 5 minutes. Let me move this out. Look how beautiful. Yeah, soft. Oh, yeah, it's very soft. You see how I cut the thing with the fork? Dark and pretty. Oh yeah. Look at these onions. This is ready, baby. This is ready.